All right, it's Team Red Kayak Guy, RKG. Look at that. We got the same boats, and there's Joe. You see his name on the back. Yeah, we got the same. Check it out. Definitely Team RKG and Jerry. So today we're going to Jones Bridge down to Don White Park, and we got high muddy water today. High muddy water. So flood, alert last few days. You can see this is usually a beach right here. Nice beach. So we got pretty 70 degrees, I'd say. But high water, which is going to give us a chance to maybe do some exploring in side creeks, things like that. So we'll see what the day has in store. What's that?
Nice and scrapey.
Yep. Well, there's a beach right here. Look at that. Oh, right on it. All right. Gotta watch. This is when you gotta watch. I think it's high enough to avoid most of the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
But I see.
It's super muddy, we can't see
I know, that's the thing. It's just high enough, and like we know where the rocks are. And there's not going to be any fishing today. There's just no way. Way too muddy. High. Fast though. So we got high, fast, and dirty. Yeah. Yeah. Looks pretty wild out here. I mean, this is winter. This is February 28th. February 28th. And we got a very pleasant 70-degree day. But this is a day when you can definitely see all the houses and there's no leaves. It's so funny seeing Joe in RKG red. Some decent waves in there. A little surprising. It's weird how there's more waves when it's higher. It seems like it would be a little smoother. Looking good, man. I gotta say, it's probably the best look I've ever seen on you. Just, you look handsome, you look athletic, you look like just an absolute stud.
It's the red kayak.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're gonna do a makeover, might as well do an RKG makeover. I mean, dig in the jerseys. Dig in the jerseys, man. They're super comfortable. They're also a little bit heavier than the regular ones, which I like. I've used more wind protection from these. All right. Yeah, which one didn't get the memo today? Hey, watch your lure there. It's hanging off. Boy, today's like the perfect house watching day. Did you see the house back there on the right? Yeah, I've never seen that before. Because I always thought this guy just had unlimited woods. But there, I mean, you can see some really beautiful homes. Yeah, no, it's we can't get under. It's not high. It's a little too high. This is a private park off of Barnwell, and if we're a little bit lower, we can get all the way back there, all the way to Barnwell. Yeah, yeah. I've been over that pipe. I've been in this river when the water's over that pipe. Yeah, I made it all the way up to Barnwell. Yeah, last year. Yeah, I've been over that. We've been over that. That just shows you the way they used to run this water level. Like last year, when it was like all winter, it was regularly 3-4 feet higher right here.
We got over that. It was during COVID.
Yeah.
It was the first time you guys put in an East Jones.
Oh, that's when it was like the Baltic Sea up there.
Yeah.
Jones Bridge. It was crazy.
It was huge.
Yeah, it was absolutely. That was huge. I do remember that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm really liking this kayak.
Yeah?
It is super maneuverable.
You know, I forgot you had it. You know,
It's not slow at all.
wait,
I
isn't
was
that...
afraid that it'd be.
Wait a second. Now, that's a wilderness. What's your other one?
My green one is also a wilderness system.
Right, that's what I thought. So what's the difference?
This is an Aspire 105, so 10.5 feet. That one is a Pungo, so different shape of cone.
Right.
125, so 12.5.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. So your green, your Army green, is the 12-footer,
Yeah.
and this is the 10.5-footer.
Yeah.
So this is more maneuverable.
Yeah, but it's still pretty fast. It's faster than the Seaghost, which is the 11-foot, and it's a weak truck. Just a fucking boat.
And this one, Jerry's, is what? That's
9.5, supposedly.
is that a what is that? A wilderness
No, that's a Perception.
perception?
Also owned by the same company, but
Right. And mine's the Lifetime, which they don't even make this anymore. We had to find my new one
they do not.
that was being saved somewhere. So this is this one's 11 feet.
Yep.
That's 10.5,
9.5.
and that's 9.5. All new models. I mean, this was new because it was never used by the previous owner. But looking good here, fellas.
These are good recreation trucks.
Yeah, we all upgraded this year. That's one of his fleet. he's got 2 fishing vessels, 3 casual. No, 2.
Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kayaks?
You know, it's funny. I don't even know how they got there, but I've got 5 in my backyard. I got 5 in my backyard. They just they kind of collect each other. I don't know. You know, the thing about kayaks, you don't want to get rid of it after. It's like, you know, once you're done with it, you still don't want to get rid of it because there's a lot of stories there.
I still have it, in the back of my mind.
Well, and they're still totally functional. Like, if anybody wanted to come over, they could ride the historic classic RKZ kayak anytime they
I
want.
thought it was a coffee table.
Well, it's going to be a coffee table, but I haven't done that yet. I just figured somebody might want to use it. So we're right before Holcomb Bridge Road, and I always like to show this in my videos when we do this stretch. But now, you know, in ultimate winter, everything's cleared out. You can really see it. So mile marker 325.5, obviously, and there's a car buried in the bank right there, and you can very clearly see it You can see the side windows right up there. You can see the side windows. And the front of the car we think is up there, and then it's just completely buried in the mud bank there, the riverbank. So, and it's an old time car. You can tell by the window. But how cool is that? How cool is that? Look at that. You know something lives in there. Pretty sure something lives. This would be a great little home for a little fox or something. So we're just about to go under Holcomb Bridge, and then we'll go through the shoals, which are always a challenge. But with the water high like this, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Somebody's Valentine's Day balloon. You can really see the car, you know, right now because of, you know, everything's cleared away. I mean, you can see the window. I mean, it looks completely different without all the leaves around it. It's right to the left side of that sign, right there. Go over there towards the sign and then look up, you'll see it perfectly. All right, Holcomb Bridge. So generally when it's high like this, I always tell the audience this, when it's higher, it smooths out the rapids. When it's low, you can get waves that are 2 to 3 feet here. But when it's high, it generally smooths it out. It's less chatter, less chunky, as we say. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just relatively bumpy. There's the old remains, I guess, from the old, who knows, it might have been a train track or just the old bridge. And pretty soon, I mean like real soon, like maybe in the next week or so, this is a very popular spot for the swallows. And you can see all their homes are already made. They're in there right now, getting ready to. This area will be full of 1,000 swallows flying around. And they make their homes under the bridge in those little mud huts, mud packs. All right. Sort of looks like Scotland here, doesn't it? Look at that, the grassy knoll, grassy rocks. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, very much smoother. That's a water treatment plant on the left, just past this knoll, and on the right is Garrard Landing, and that's the boat launch at Garrard Landing, just off of Holcomb Bridge Road. So the trick here is to try and avoid the chunky stuff in the middle, or you'll get wet. So we're gonna go right over here. Oh, yeah, see that just on the right? We just missed the chunky stuff. Whoa. That's a fun rapid, always. And then just to the left here is an eddy. If you get over here, it's a serious eddy. It'll whip you around. You can see the water moving fast to the left. See that? All right, let's see how Joe does in his new red kayak. That's a new challenge for him. He's not used to that kayak. All right. Look at him go. Looking good. And here's Jerry, who missed the memo on Red Kayak Day. All right. Oh, hit that eddy. Look at that spin out. That's a perfect example of what I was just talking about. If you get a little left and you're not prepared for that, that eddy will whip you back. And if you're not prepared, your momentum will take you right out of that boat. So you've always got to be careful of the eddy, especially that one. That was cool. The spin out. It's like the river is split down the middle and it's going the same speed both directions. And so if you get your nose over in the other direction, it's just going to spin you out like Jerry just did. Oh, let's go see how high the water gets up the boat launch here. All right, let's see where it was. Yeah, wow. Well, it was just so high yesterday, you know, that mud probably just stays wet. It just shows you where it got yesterday. So that was around, I was out about peak time around 1 o'clock yesterday. That's how high it was. Huh. Yeah, so I don't know, what is that, about 6 feet maybe? So yesterday about this time it was about 6 feet higher. Yeah. You know, we needed this high water. It's been so long. You know, you already noticed how it's cleaned off the banks, and yeah, I mean, there was a deer carcass that up there by the shoals at Island Ford. It's been there for like 2 months. I'm sure this took care of it. Nature's cleansing process. That's Atlanta's Niagara Falls, right over there. So just past Holcomb Bridge and Garrard Landing, just, you know, a little bit, a couple hundred yards. You've got the little area, little platform. People in the park can come out, look at the river. And generally this is rocks and a little bit of shoals right here, but with the water higher like this, we're gonna go up this creek, which is right across from the park, called Crooked Creek. Up on Crooked Creek. And when it's higher like this, you can get back there a little ways. So let's see. You can see the watercolor already gets greener as you get back in here. Look at that, right there. Yeah, we can get a little ways. We've actually made it back on a like when the water is like 4 or 5 feet, 6 feet higher. We made it back here almost like a mile back on this creek. I doubt we'll do that. I doubt we'll get very far today. Too many trees down. But you can see now this water right now is high. It's you know it's probably 4 feet high. But I think you can see just from the riverbank like what the real high water does. I mean, we're talking another. Well, just yesterday it was about 5 feet higher than this, so I've been here when it's 10 feet higher than this. Yeah, I think we'll go too far. We can make it over here. Now, back in these creeks, you can catch some bass for sure. The trout don't come back in here typically, but the bass are in here, sunfish, bluefin, and perch. They like hanging out in these little creeks. But look at that riverbank. I mean, just look at that riverbank right there. It's just been carved away. And so you can see how small and how calm this little creek is. But imagine, like Helene, for example, when the water was 20 feet higher. That's about what we're looking at here. Holy cow. It's like the boneyard. It's a boneyard. And I think that's about as far as we're going to go. It looks like the water's just barely over this log over here. I think we can get over that one. No. I mean, if we really wanted to work at it, we could probably get through that, but we'll save it for another day. But this is the kind of thing we do when the water's high, because you're not really fishing or anything. I mean, we might be able to get some bass in here, though. But just look at the riverbank. I mean, these trees are going to go. Look at the root system just sticking out of those two right there. One right there. I mean, that's why there's so many trees down in here, you know? The root system gets washed out, and then they just fall over. Look at that riverbank. I mean, the creek, that is just how it's been carved out. All those trees are coming down soon.
Yeah, they are.
Hopefully not right now.
No, hopefully it's not windy.
You can keep going. You want to keep going?
No, you can't. All right, why don't you do it? Yep. Yeah, big fella. I know. Well, and speaking without seeing, man. Don't have all the information. Just carved out, man. It's just, you know, it's hard to believe this water was about 5 feet higher yesterday. It doesn't, honestly, it didn't, down at Island Ford, it wasn't that big. It's really interesting. Well, I do know that in these narrower areas where the water has less places to go, the height and depth obviously increases. You get down to where the shoals are very, very spread apart, it's less height. So I guess it makes sense. What a day it's turned out to be. Beautiful, big blue skies. I mean, gorgeous. For February 28th. You know, I'm taking a challenge. I'm not gonna kayak or drink beer for February 29th, 30th, and 31st. I made that. I was thinking about it. I'm gonna commit because I think it's a little bit of an addiction. It's kayaking everyday thing. So I'm not gonna kayak for February 29th, 30th, and 31st. Committed. You heard it. I've made the commitment. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, Sidekick Joe's not gonna do it either. So I challenge everybody out there who's really just kayaks too much. You spend too much time on the water. I challenge everybody out there to accept the challenge of not kayaking on February 29, 30, and 31. Join the movement. Just go do it right now and make the commitment. Tell your sibling, your loved one who doesn't see you because you're on the water all the time, and just make that commitment not to be on the water for February 29, 30, and 31. Thank you for supporting. Favorite stretches down here just below Garrard Landing, and the perfect view of these homes up here. I believe that road is Chattahoochee Terrace, and they're just gorgeous. One up there on the hill. Look at that. I love this one right here. Very ultra modern. It's got the everlasting pool waterfall thing. What a great stretch all the way up. Beautiful. This is a no-name creek, and it's because it does not have a name. It's one of the few creeks that are not named on Google Maps. Kind of weird. Right across from Horseshoe Golf Course. We're going to see how far. We've gotten way back here before, but generally there's trees now. Let's see what happens today. If you can get far back, it's pretty cool because you end up basically in the backyards of some really cool houses. I mean, you can see where it was. Again, the water yesterday was, I didn't realize it was that high. Look at our ducks right here. Hey guys, what are you doing? Shh, it's okay. It's okay. How you doing?
Those are Joe ducks.
What's going on? That's cool. Yes, it is dating season for the birds, and that is not uncommon to see a couple of males with a female. And generally, you see 5 or 6 males with a female at this time of year, especially in the mallard duck population. It's No Name Creek. I did. I named it No Name Creek. We're gonna run out here in a minute. Well, no, it was always the pipe was always the thing, and I can never. We might be able to get under it. I don't. Yeah, we went over. Like the one time we were able to get through all this, it was 6, 8 feet higher than this. Because yeah, we couldn't even get.
That was that same COVID.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even if we got past it, all the stuff in the water, that's incredible that we were able to get through all of that. Yeah, so the time we made it by, this water was all the way, really at the tip of the bank there. And we didn't even see that pipe. I remember it, but it was underwater, yeah. That's crazy. But we're crazy people who do crazy things. I mean, you can get under that, and except for you just got nothing but stuff back there, right? Oh, trying out this new kayak.
If I were you, I'd be filming this one.
Yes, we want to see contortion. You're in your highly athletic, good-looking shirt with your highly athletic and maneuverable kayak. You could make that. You could make that. I could make it. I know I could make it. But I just don't want to. I'm in a recreational kayak today, and I feel like recreating. And that hawk up there agrees with me. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that trip, that was super high that time we came through here.
That was during COVID.
Yep.
That same.
I remember. Oh yeah. I guess it is. Look at that. Well, it looks like it ends right here.
That's because the water's like.
Mile marker 3, 2, 4. Again, right across from the golf course. If you want to find the No Name Creek, secret No Name Creek. Not much to see back there unless you have water way higher, for sure. See what you did there. Horseshoe Bend Golf Course. Nice country club located off of Holcomb Bridge, Roswell. I'm always surprised it's not more crowded because it's a beautiful golf course. Also a tennis club. birds are going wild. You can hear them. It's that time of year. You know, and without any leaves, and it's very bare. It just amplifies all the nature sounds. The tree frogs are coming out. You can hear those. Tree frogs are always the sign of spring. Tomorrow is March 1st. But mostly you can hear, almost every time I hear a sound, I can identify the name of the bird. Crows, ospreys, eagles, hawks, ducks, geese, heron, cormorants, owls, falcons. And that's just my short list. Sidekick Joe's singing.
I didn't think you were doing it.
We wanted you to keep going. It was entertaining. That's what I figured. Which song?
Maroon was maroon.
Is that one of your favorite songs?
It's the one that is currently
Oh, it's the ear.
500% rolling around in my brain.
Wow.
The hooks.
The hooks
The hooks that Taylor Swift
are so good.
They're so addictive. It's like a drug.
Would you recommend it for all kayakers in the world?
Yes.
Really? Does it go well with nature?
It 100%. Especially if you're hiking and you're climbing up a mountain.
Yeah. Oh, it's one. Yeah, get you up
The
there.
beat
The beat.
just
It gets you up the
going.
mountain.
You gotta have that positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That hook gets you up the mountain.
Yeah. Well,
Sure does.
the kayaking, same thing, right?
Yeah. True.
I mean, we have major challenges when we're kayakers, and there's some good sound advice, and I mean that like sound advice from Sidekick Joe.
Hi, Joe, we missed you.
I'm glad you made it up.
You know, listening to you sing with the sound of the birds as you're, in the background, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Now we have another creek coming up on the right, and it'll be interesting to see if this water's high enough to get over probably the best beaver dam. The best beaver dam on the entire river is up here on the right, and it's Horseshoe Bend Creek.
Their sharp teeth chew through the tree, weakening it until it falls. It then drags the log to the water and arranges it with others across the stream. This slows the water down, but there are still gaps in the dam. So the beaver gathers mud, rocks, and more branches, packing them tightly around the logs. This seals everything together, stops the water, and creates a safe, stable environment for their homes.
You can make it to the golf course, and I've been known to get up there and talk to the golfers. Yeah, we're not getting there. Look at this beaver dam, is huge. I mean, the water's up a solid 3-4 feet, and it's still way out of the water. Look at that. That's nuts. And it holds the water above it perfectly. So this water we're in here is usually 2 to 3 feet lower than it is right now. So it gives you an idea how big that beaver dam is. Look at that. That's crazy. But the golf course, I just saw a golfer drive by, is only 100 yards. About 100, 150 yards right up that way. That is one big beaver dam. Whoa. You might, right over there. There might be a bass hanging out in there.
Oh, I gotta sneeze. $20 if you catch something.
The problem is, I'd take a shot at it too, but the problem is there are tons of sticks and stumps that are just under that water level right there. Why don't you try and fish right where you are? Like right behind you. Instead of trying to go over the...
Oh, I'm not going to be able to get past.
Joe gets up and goes, oh, I'm not going to be able to get past. Oh, yeah, I thought it was close though. You almost, it was close. You almost had a shot. Yeah, that was close. He gets up to, oh, I'm not going to be able to get over that. I like this new Joe in the red kayak. I'm digging this. Oh my goodness. The fun to be had on the water. Even on days when you really can't fish and muddy water, who cares? You're in a boat. And it's sunny and it's 70 degrees. I mean, what's not to like about that? Look at this guy set up over here. This is his river play area, obviously. And this is probably the most extravagant one on the river. And he's just got a little bit of everything. Got bar stools, the table up there. He's got a couple different tables. He's got a little bridge that takes him to the other side. It's just an adult play area right here. That's great. Well built. That just looks like a good time waiting to happen right there. He's got a little kayak launch in the front there. Slide it down that ramp. Got a little swing up there. Look at that. Multiple levels. Got a kayak rack on the right he made out of wood, actually. That's pretty impressive. Look at that. That is fun. That's just screaming margaritas. Fun, fun, fun on the river. And directly across his view is the golf course. So how fun is that? That's fun. Yeah, it is. Horseshoe Bend. This is literally around the corner. We just came around the Horseshoe Bend, up the Horseshoe Bend. Beautiful area. Beautiful houses. And just, you're just staring at the golf course, which is pretty awesome, and the river. You know, I remember when AT&T tennis tournament, a big deal was here.
So I moved in like 2 years after.
That was in the mid 90s. It was right here.
Correct.
I remember because
3 or 2 was the last time we did it.
Yes, absolutely. I was working in the sports council, and this was a huge tennis tournament. Never understood what. I guess there's just so many other options now, but it's such a great place.
Not many communities. That was hot 10 years later.
And still pretty awesome. What a great community. Great fishing.
They used to have, I think it was a PGA golf tournament.
Yeah, probably. Probably like in the 80s. Yeah, I was going to say.
Early 80s.
Mm-hmm. Well, early 80s, there weren't that many. All these, like the ones in North Georgia. They
This is all new.
yeah.
Everything was new.
Horseshoe Bend. Hey! We're sorry we took the gold. Canadian geese. Yeah. Probably. Or you just see it now, because that's the wild part is. This is one of the houses we like. We call it the his and hers house because they got a his and hers gazebo. I guess when they come out at night for their happy hours, he goes to the one on the left and she goes to the one on the right. They can just talk to each other, to the left, to the right. Or maybe they have like a little walkie-talkie and they can just talk to each other. I don't know, but pretty cool house. It's a nice setup. And again, as I would do, one gazebo is enough people. One gazebo works. You don't need to have two gazebos. You know, I guess if you can have two, I guess if you can afford to have two. I kind of like that better. One gazebo. USA, 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 USA. That's right, it's our gold. 2 golds. Shout out to men's and women's USA hockey teams. Gold medals. Thank you very much. Boy, look at that root system. That's crazy. Look at that. You see this? That's nuts. It's just been carved away. The stair is barely hanging on. Again, just example of how high this gets in here. Crazy. These creeks go nuts. And especially, speaking of nuts, Karen's Creek would be the creek that goes super nuts. We've lost Sidekick Joe forever to his Taylor Swift soundtrack. It's such an odd combination. Sidekick Joe with Taylor Swift. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna do middle too. Why'd you forget your glasses?
No.
I don't remember.
It's gray and dark when you set out, and I didn't feel like I needed them.
USA, 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 USA. No hard feelings. We haven't won in 46 years. We can gloat. They're pissed off. I mean, they're curlers or cheaters. And their hockey team can't win, so, you know, they're a little upset. Beautiful little homes, not little, beautiful homes right here. I mean, very beautiful. Look at that one up there, that's a plantation. Gorgeous. So this is we call it two islands. You can come down left, right, or middle. So this is, you know, it's cleared out, the middle's cleared out big time. There used to be so many trees. But now it's a very passable thing. So I used to recommend going left or right, but you can now you can actually do all three, which is awesome. Cherry's way back there at the rocks. I thought he was right behind us. I feel like I'm looking in a mirror. do your best red kayak guy impression. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh! Oh!
I had the biggest thing ever.
She had it in her mouth and the kids walked in. Well, the only difference with that whole thing right there was I would actually pull a fish in. Probably a personal best brown. Oh, there! Can you hear it? Yep, that sounds like that. That's the leaf blower bird. Those are very rare, you know. Not along the river. There's a lot of leaf blower birds. Whoa! What was that? I don't know. Somebody just shot at the leaf blower bird. Here's a nice view looking back up. You can see the island. The left route is by far coming down river right, looking up river left. What the heck? That sounds like they're mulching up some down trees. This is the last cool creek to explore right before Island Ford. Majestic historic houses in front of us there. That's one that Burt Reynolds actually rented back in the day when he was filming Deliverance, we heard, from someone who actually lives there. Wow, it's pretty low in here actually. When it's a little higher, you can get all the way back. What's the road that's up here? Spalding Drive, yes. I think this house on the right was in the neighborhood of 3 to 4 million. Beautiful plantation. The birds are active, chirping away. There goes your wood ducks. They just flew out. Whoa, Mr. Mallard. I bet there's some bass in here. Well, we got pretty good back here. We've made it further before, but pretty cool creek. I think the name of this creek is Ball Creek. I'll confirm, of course, but nice secret little creek here. Yeah, definitely check this one out. Here's some of our local cormorants up there. They roost here in the, meaning they sleep in these trees. There's usually a couple hundred. And we made it down to Island Ford. There's the Island Ford headquarters, also headquarters for the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area. Headquarters right there, off of Roberts Drive. It's a beautiful area up here. Most of the rocks are still underwater, but we've had another great day. Thanks for coming out and watching us. And Sidekick Joe wearing the cool red kayak guy merch. And his new red kayak. What a gorgeous day, gorgeous day. Blue skies, beautiful houses, lots of bird activity out here. It's just an awesome day. Jerry's right back there. Just three guys enjoying the river. We had the whole river to ourselves today, Joe. Once again, amazing. I think he's listening to Taylor Swift right now. Yeah, he goes into that mode when he doesn't hear you. There he is. There he is. So, just another fun day on the river. Thanks for watching. We have so much fun out here. It never gets old. So if you hadn't had a chance and you haven't already subscribed, you like the content, please do so. It helps me out a lot. We're growing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the river. As Joe dances away.